everybody, and welcome back to another video on my channel. My name's Kevin, or Kev, and this is Minis by Kev, and I'm a miniaturist living in New England who likes to make miniatures with a lot of different kinds of stuff. And in this week's video, I am actually doing a collaboration. I'm doing a collaboration with Nancy's Mini Hobby over on TikTok. She's been my friend on TikTok for a long time now. She reached out, knew I was working on the bakery, and wanted to make some stuff to go into it, because she makes a lot of really cool polymer clay food, and she was wondering if I wanted to do a collaboration. And I, of course, said yes, because these are still empty and are going to require a lot of food, a lot of things to go into them, and I'm not gonna say no if she offers the help, because her stuff is really good and it's gonna be 10 times better than anything I make. And I'm actually a little nervous that the things she sent me are gonna stand out, because they're gonna be so much better than what I'm gonna create eventually. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. But for now, she asked me if I'd be willing to help her with a little girl's birthday party in 24th scale. That's going to, well, I'm not gonna ruin anything. If you wanna watch it, I'll link her TikTok below, go watch. I don't know if the video will be up yet, but I don't wanna spoil anything. So I'm going to be helping her though with a little girl's birthday party stuff. So things like party hats and presents and things like that. So that's what I'm gonna be working on this week's video, is making things that would go in a little girl's birthday party. This is gonna be in 24th scale. And even though I don't primarily work in 24th scale, it kind of fits because the bakery's 24th scale. I keep saying I don't normally work in 24th scale, but I feel like I keep doing it over and over again. So maybe I'm a half and half 24th scale, 12th scale person, but I just prefer 12th scale. I think I have some fun ideas of things I can make for this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera on, and we're gonna get started on working on this little girl's birthday party. And then at the end, I will show you what Nancy sent me. And I'm very excited. I haven't received it yet, but I know I'm already excited because I saw some teaser pictures she sent me on TikTok of things she made, and I'm very excited. You'll see what she made me at the end of this video. So to start off with this collab, I needed to come up with what I was going to make for Nancy for the little girls. Did I say that she's working on a little girl's party room? If not, she's working on a little girl's birthday party, and she asked me to make some stuff for that. I basically was just brainstorming in my notebook, my miniature notebook. If you've been here before, you've seen this. I do my brainstorming and stuff in here. I did my brainstorming in here and decided like what I was gonna make, how I was gonna make it, if I was gonna use my Cricut, things like that. And I came up with some stuff, and that led me to this, which my computer is very old. This is like 11 years old now, so the fan is incredibly loud. Nothing I can do about that. It is on its last leg. I can't even unplug it anymore. So I made these. You can't really see or tell. I'm just trying to like explain to you what I'm doing here. But off screen, I made some wrapping paper, some hat, like party hats, different size, which I did different sizes of a lot of these things. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna need, but I did a banner, one board game, which is a Mall Madness, which that really ties into some other stuff I did in the past. I don't really know if it pertains to this very much, but I made some boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and print these out and start working on them. I have my Aphrodite Playmobil for size comparison. I also, off screen, I have these wood blocks already. These are just gonna get wrapped and made to look like presents. I glued 2 of them together so I could have a different size present, and then I made 2 other presents out of just some mat board scraps. I don't know if this is enough presents. Like I said, I am printing 1, 2, 3 other little like boxes, and then 2 bags, like a present bag. So I think that all in all, it'd be a nice big stack of presents, you know? Yeah, I think that looks nice. It's a nice little stack of presents. And oh, and then also this one, which is already wrapped. It's like a soccer ball. Like imagine if you like got a soccer ball, it'd be wrapped like that. I'm gonna get started on printing this out, cutting stuff out, and I'm gonna start assembling stuff. But that's actually gonna happen tomorrow, because I am very tired. I've been working on this, designing these for hours today, and I think I deserve to go to sleep for the night, because it is 11 o'clock. It is bedtime. Good night for me, and 2 seconds for you. What's absolutely wild about this is I'm attempting to print this, and it looks way better on camera. Trust me, this is very not the color it should be. So I did this one, which is like closer to the color it should be, and they look pretty much the same on camera, but trust me, again, they're not. However, I think I'm gonna print this out also on cardstock, mostly because I think that like the cards will do better on cardstock in some of the boxes, whereas things like the banner should be thinner, so I think that's good for computer paper. Didn't even take into account that this card was white, so you cannot see it at all, and I don't know if I could even cut it out if I wanted to, which, unfortunate, it just needs one less card. I'm also a little worried looking at this because you cannot see the design on these hats at all. They're not supposed to be plain pink. They're supposed to be like bows on them. And now that I'm seeing this, I don't know why I thought you'd be able to see them. Even on the bigger sizes, because I printed them out in 2 different sizes, just in case, you can't see anything on that. The thing is, when you're doing paper miniatures is you really don't know what you're gonna get until you print it, because on my screen, it looks fine. I have an expensive printer that was a gift years ago, and it's an Epson 2760 EcoTank, and it's supposed to print really well. So like you see this and you're like, oh yeah, that's really good, but maybe that's not good. Maybe I need a new hat. I don't know, the more I'm looking at that. There are bows, but I don't know if they're different enough color. Also, some of this just came out like really blurry. I don't know, maybe printing on the cardstock will make it clear. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and try that next. I went ahead and printed this on, what's this called? Stock paper. No, what is this called? Why am I blanking? Stock paper, stock paper, stock paper, stock paper. What is this? Craft paper? No. Cardstock. Cardstock. So these are on regular printer paper. This is on cardstock. It is more, again, it's kind of hard to see on camera. I think if I got close, it would look more noticeable. This is definitely the most vibrant between the three. So I'm definitely gonna use the cardstock version for the happy birthday. I actually need to decide what size to use. I think I'm gonna go with the top one. There's an airplane going over my house. I live close to an airport. It's unfortunate. They're very, very loud. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the top one, which was my original size anyway. These are still a little bit blurry. They're a little bit easier to see. You can kind of see there's like a darker pink design on these. A little disappointing though, still. Also, some of this stuff was a free download. I forgot the name of the website. I will link it in the description below. Maybe it's like Jen's Free Printables or something. I feel like that might be right, but I'll link it below. Some of the stuff is stuff that I made. Like I made this Small Madness one. These are cards off of Canva. This was one I altered that was like a free download. And then some of these were just, I Googled, what's it called? Wrapping paper, like birthday wrapping paper, and then I tiled it. That's how I made all these if you're interested. Even though this is more vibrant, the wrapping paper is more vibrant on these ones, I do think I'm gonna go with the lighter one just because I think it'll be easier to wrap things in this paper. We'll see if that's true. My probably incorrect assumption is that because it is thinner, it'll be easier to wrap around these fake presents. Again, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I just have a feeling that the thicker the paper, the harder to fold. Although I also did not make cut lines in these, so I don't actually know what size they need to be. And I don't know if I made enough. This one's a box, and I think these two are gift bags. This one's a gift bag too, I think. So I can put things in I can put the smaller ones in a gift bag, I think, if I need to, but this one's gonna have to go with the biggest one. And this one could maybe go with this one, and this one with this one, if it'll fit. Ooh, that's not gonna fit. So this one's gonna have to go in a gift bag, I think. Is this one even gonna fit? I did not really think that through. Okay, let's go ahead and start with these because I need to know if I need to print more or not. Where's my ruler? How's everybody doing? Good? Good. As I'm recording this, my family lives in Illinois and a tornado just hit. Very scary. Weather's getting very scary. Luckily, my family's all fine. And not that long ago, I got hit with a blizzard here in Rhode Island, and we lost heat, and a lot of people around me lost power. I'm on the same power grid as a power line. I don't really know exactly, but as a nursing home, so luckily we did not lose power. But a lot of people did. Weather's crazy though. I don't really know how to fold this because I need to do the two sides. Oh no, it's not gonna fit. I miscalculated how big these needed to be actually, because look, when I fold this, it doesn't even completely wrap it. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe I will print a new one for the wrapping paper specifically, because this tells me that this is probably not big enough for this big one either. That's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do, you know? I'll just have some extra wrapping paper for something else maybe. Maybe I can actually use them for the small ones, although I didn't really want to repeat any wrapping paper because it's supposed to be like presents from different people, and it would be really weird if two people showed up with the same wrapping paper. Ooh, this one barely fits. Do I want to go through with that? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue, although I'm gonna need a clamp. Luckily, my pegboards are all set up. I'm going to glue very sparingly because I don't want to warp the wrapping paper, especially because it's just printer paper and PVA glue is water-based, right? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I heard that somewhere. And I don't want it to warp it. So we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna wrap it, and then I'm going to let it dry before I do the sides. Let's just hope that this looks okay. Oh no, okay, oh no. Okay, it's gonna act fast. I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna clamp it so that way it doesn't come undone while it's drying. Go ahead. I gotta work fast. Okay, I have lots of clamps. Although, you know, these things I got off Amazon, I think, like years ago, and they break really easily. I've had quite a few break. So now I'm gonna let that glue. Should I have used wood glue? Maybe. Okay, that's gonna set off to the side. And since I don't have what I need to wrap any of the other presents, maybe I will move on for now to something else. And my camera battery's dying. You know, it's a good thing I have an extra one. Let's be right back. While I'm changing out the battery, I just thought I'd show you behind the scenes. This is what I'm working with now. I'm very excited that while I'm working, I can just easily reach up and grab what I need. I do want to get like a spice rack thing to go right here to hold all my paints. I think that would look nice rather than them being shoved right here because I can't really see a lot of them. But otherwise, this is what we're working with nowadays. Off camera, because my battery was charging and I was just in a rush, because I was like, oh, let me just cut this out. But then I forgot that it starts to glue quick because it's paper based. I went ahead and made them all madness off camera. It's not the greatest work I've ever done. I'm a little upset about that. It's just really hard to work in 24 scale in my opinion. This is not my normal scale. And so when I'm working in things like this, it's just, I'm not delicate. I'm like a bull in a china shop. So I managed to pack it with some matte board as well. So it's like a little weightier than just like a piece of paper. And I think I'm gonna maybe have this sticking out of one of the bags. Maybe not, maybe it's too big. Next, I'm actually going to, this is still drying. This is probably gonna need a while actually. I have to actually fold it like a real present. Right, well, yeah, that's not too bad. It's not gonna be the most beautiful thing on the planet, but look, that looks like a present. Hey, look at that, look at that. Okay, you can't see it. I'm gonna go ahead and start making these cards, I think, and then I'm gonna start making the banner because I think that's gonna take the most amount of time. I actually, when I made this, left a little sliver of white at the top of each one of these, not realizing I'm printing it on white paper. You're not gonna be able to see it. My intention is to fold over like a tiny little bit at the top and glue it on the back so there was a channel, and I'm going to do it over the string to hang it. I also think I wanna do a happy and birthday separately so they can be hung next to each other or like one on top of the other. We'll see. But I'm gonna have to try and cut these out to include a little bit of extra white space at the top so that way I can still attach it to that. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting stuff out. I'm gonna cut these out, cut the banner out, start cutting some boxes out and stuff, like the bags and boxes. And then my plan is to do the hats last because it's the thing I'm the most nervous about. I don't know why. I just think they're gonna be difficult to cut out, difficult to glue together, and I'm not looking forward to that. So the hats are coming last. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting stuff out. I have cut these out. I have folded off the little back panel. I have cut out the string. Now I need to glue this on, and I'm a little nervous to do this because I just have a feeling I'm gonna screw it up, and I only have so much of the string. In fact, I thought about doing it on thread, but then I realized the thread's gonna be way too thin, hard for Nancy to like hang up. I don't have any more of this thread though. This is the absolute last of it, this and this. So I don't have room for error here. I am going to make the happy one so that way I can figure out how to make the birthday one underneath it. I'm what you would say very nervous for this. I cut this longer so that way Nancy could decide if she needs extra space to, let me show you. I cut it longer than it needs to be because I wanted Nancy to be able to rearrange it if she needed to, or cut it shorter. I'm trying to think of how far apart this should be spaced based on my Aphrodite Playmobil, which again, these are 24 scale. That's why I use them when I'm making 24 scale stuff. I feel like that's, you know, now I'm thinking I cut the string too short. Crap. Look, we're gonna work with what we got. I think that is good. Yeah, that's good. Because I'm also gonna have a birthday one. All right, let's get to gluing. I'm nervous. I'm gonna try not to puke. I'm gonna do this off camera because I'm gonna have to go very quickly once I start gluing so that way I don't screw it up because I only have so much of this. So I'll show you after this is done. Here it is. It's currently still kind of drying, so I have to be really careful with it. As you can see here though, it says happy. Well, you kind of see it. Happy. Now I need to make the birthday one. I needed to figure out how big this one was so I could do the string one. I'm actually, honestly, a little disappointed with how this turned out because I kind of messed one up. I'm hoping no one notices, so I'm not even going to point it out. But I am a little disappointed with something I did there. But I'm thinking this one needs to be a lot longer because the word birthday is a lot longer. So I'm gonna figure that out. I need to put something on top of this while it dries. And I'm gonna figure out where to spell out birthday. Here they are. Am I super happy with them? No. Am I regular happy with them? Yes. They're kind of giving me a little bit of issues where they keep trying to twist, and I think that's just because the way this yarn works, it's two pieces together that it like wants to unravel. And so they don't really necessarily lay completely flat, but it is what it is. I think that when she puts them down, if she needs to glue them to a wall or something, because I don't think anything in this is going to be movable. I don't think she's making anything movable, I mean. So maybe she can like glue them down or something to get them to lay flat. So this is what we're working with. I have the one present, the one board game. This other present is still drying. I haven't worked on the cards yet or reprinted the other presents or done the hats. So I have quite a bit to do. This I think was one of the more complicated things to do. So I'm not surprised this took a while. Let's get going. I'm gonna work on cards next, question mark. I think I'm gonna work on the cards next. My desk is becoming an absolute nightmare, but that's to be expected when you're making something. My desk always becomes just, you can't even see all of it. This. And I always just had to clean up when I'm done. I don't clean as I go, but it is what it is. The hats are turning out to be an issue. I'm gonna have to probably redesign them so that way the tab to glue them is a little bit thicker. I don't know why I thought that was thick enough. It's so tiny, it's not sticking. But I just made this little bag, if it will focus, 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 focus. For, oh, Come on. There we go. You're just not able to see it very close. And I was a little nervous it was too big, but looking at a playable figure, if it was carrying it, it would be fine. Because I mean, bags come in different sizes when you're getting gifts anyways. I went ahead and cut some ribbon to add to make this. And now I need to do this a couple more times. I decided to, because I was actually talking to Nancy and I decided to keep the extra stuff. I'm actually just going to send this with the stuff that I send her in case she wants to use it in some way. This, I also need to get like some kind of, what is it called? Parchment paper? No. Parchment paper. Tissue paper. I need to get some tissue paper to stuff in here so that way it looks like there's like a present in there. I'm quite happy with how that turned out though. It's kind of fun. It was kind of, stabbed myself with my tweezers. How did that even happen? Anyway, tweezers are very sharp. Be careful, everybody. It was kind of very fiddly to try and get the handles to glue on, but I finally got them too, and they work. That's all that matters. I'm gonna keep cutting stuff out, and I'm gonna have to redesign some of the, sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding? I stabbed myself really bad. Okay, I'm bleeding like a tiny little bit. I don't even know how that happened. They fell in my lap. I need to finish the boxes and the other bags, and I think this one's a box. I don't remember which one's a box. No, this one's a box. This one's a box. This one's a bag. I need to cut all this stuff out, and then I will go about redesigning the wrapping paper so it will fit the other boxes. So let's do this really quick. So that's glued down well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, that looks like a present, right? I'm not very good at wrapping presents in real life either. I don't know how this is gonna go. I think this needs to be a little bit right here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll make sure the point stays down as well. I don't want tons of glue on this. Do I need to clamp this too? I might need to clamp this. But to do that, I need to do both sides at once, which I was not expecting. So let's try to wrap while holding. Okay, nope. Okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, my hand's burning where I stabbed myself. Should probably go wash that out, actually. Okay. Now, I have these giant clips, too. I gotta grab one off my pegboard. Okay. No, wait, this isn't very flat. I want this to be flat. I also think I'm gonna wrap this in a ribbon, just so that it looks more like tidy, like a present. Clamping. Ooh, is that crushing though? Is that too tight? No, okay. Doing that, setting this to the side. This will probably have to, I'll let it dry for a while, probably overnight, because I'm not in a rush to work on that stuff. But I do want to send this package out in the next couple days, so I do want to finish this up. I'm gonna go wash off my finger, put a Band-Aid on, and then come back and start working on the other stuff. All right, I can't really remember what I showed you last, but off camera I've been working on some stuff. My printer is honestly being a nightmare. I can't, it's gonna irritate me. You get an expensive printer and it just doesn't do anything. In here is a variety of things. The presents are in here. Not all of them, there's some in here. These little goodie bags. Again, I can't remember what I already showed you, so I'm sorry if I'm showing you again. Let me see if I can get this to focus. We got some little gift bags. Some tissue paper, board game, the little, there's like some flat looking presents in here, gift box, a little stack of presents. There's just a lot of, let me get closer. There's a lot of this little stuff, and here's the banner. I will show you everything at the end, but the banner is finally done. That was kind of, a lot of this is because it's so small, it's very fiddly. This is 24th scale, and I keep saying I'm not a 24th scale person, but I keep working in 24th scale. But to be honest, after this in the bakery, I don't think I'm gonna work on 24th scale again for a very long time. I'm putting it in here just to keep the same spot. I had to print out more wrapping paper for this last 3 presents. And I actually found some different ones because I decided I don't want a bunch of presents with the same wrapping. And I also decided to change the hats. So this was one I found online, and I decided to make my own. It's kind of just like a pink checker, like gingham kind of. Well, it's like gingham, but like not. And I made the tab bigger so that's easier to glue. These might be too big. I won't know until I try and cut them out. These like get very small very quickly. Like this is one of the other ones, and it was very, very difficult. And to be honest, I don't know if I could make the other ones. This was kind of a nightmare. I'm gonna try and wrap these presents. I'm just taping a box. My nose is running. I don't know why. With the season changes, I have allergies and it's just constantly running. Okay. I'm gonna wrap these, and they're just boxes being wrapped, so not super interesting. We'll be back when I'm done. I feel like my dirty desk is starting to look like an I Spy desktop, but don't get mad at me. I went ahead and made the first one, and I'm glad I did it off camera because it was a little trial and error, and it was very infuriating to do. Not gonna lie, things this small, very, very difficult to work on. Basically, what I had to do was, the tab I made is actually too big now, and so I had to cut parts of it to get it to glue. And I was like a little nervous, maybe this was too small, but if you look at this, she is a full-grown adult, and the hat looks like it fits her. Like it's a little small on her, but it's supposed to be because it's a kid's hat. So yeah, I think I'm finally happy with this. I cannot decide if I want to do string on the inside or not. I don't know if I want to put myself through that. I think it would look nice though. This is so fiddly, and I'm not really like the most, what's it called? Coordinated person? Yeah, I need to decide if I'm going to, and it's like, it technically sits like a little to the side, but I don't think anybody will notice that, hopefully. 1 down, 5 more to go, and then I need to decide if I want to do strings. And I dropped it. Where'd it go? These tweezers don't really tweeze very well. They're kind of old. I'm gonna put it over here, and I'm very excited to send this off to Nancy because I feel like I've taken forever to get this to her. But for tonight, again, I'm going to bed because it is late, so good night. Oh, but before I go to sleep, these 3 are currently being clamped. And that's where that's that on that. Okay, good night. Here are all the different things I'm gonna be sending to Nancy. Here is a pile of presents. The little bags are in here. These are the cards over here. I did one bigger one, but then there's some cards right here, like the smaller actual scale size ones. Here are the party hats, which let me just tell you, if you ever wanna make 24th scale party hats, just don't do it. It's difficult and really fiddly. So maybe if you have like some kind of tip or trick, let people know in the comments, but that was not great. And then over here we have the birthday banners, and I'm gonna go ahead and also send over the extra stuff I printed out. I'm gonna put it in this envelope for her. It's just the extra stuff. I had messaged her and told her I was going to send it just in case she wanted to do anything with it, or maybe if anything wasn't the right size, she could have this so she can make more. So this is everything I'm sending. I'm not gonna do the normal thing where I show what I made and do like music because you can see it all right here. So get a good look at it. Okay, I got my package in the mail from Nancy, and I would show you the other side, but I like really struggle with taking off labels, and I don't want to dox either of us. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up. I have to be very careful. I have a little bit of a hint of what she sent because she sent me a picture of one of the things. And let me just say, I already feel inadequate because I know she sent me a lot of stuff, and I'm kind of feeling like I want to make sure I'm sending, you know, good stuff too. But I know Nancy's like super talented, and so I'm a little freaked out by all this, to be honest. But when she asked me, I couldn't say no because I love her work. I need to look really quick. What's the note? 1 second. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so she found this tiny swan in her collection, she said, and it reminded her of the Tunnel of Love. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it above. It's one of my favorite miniatures I've ever made. And so that's so cute. I actually know exactly what I'm gonna do with this. I have something else I'm working on. The video is not up yet, but I'm gonna put this in there. That's very exciting. Thank you, Nancy. Okay. Like I said, I'm a little freaked out because I know she's super talented and just like, yeah. Oh my gosh, holy crap. These are amazing. Look, it's like a little chocolate cake and a little, I was gonna say strawberry cake, but does strawberry cake exist? I don't know, but look, it's like got these little, oh. I'm not good at showing miniatures on screen, which is like shocking. And a little lemon one. I actually love everything lemon. So these are going to look amazing in this case. In fact, when I have to make some other stuff to fill up the rest of the case, I am nervous that these are, how do I match that? How? That's amazing. I'm like a little in shock, and there's more. There's a lot more in here. Of course, my camera battery's dying, so I will need to change that really quick. Even if Nancy had just sent these, I would be more than happy. I'm ecstatic with what I already have here. I'm not even exaggerating. These are, like, look at the little lemons. Look at that. Excuse the glue on my finger. I'm working on something. Oh, that is amazing. Amazing. Let me change my battery. All right, battery has been charged. Honestly, I probably just need a new battery. It is what it is. They're expensive. Okay, let's see what else I got. I know she sent me a picture of some of this. Holy crap. She made me a lot. I saw 2 of these things. 2 before she sent it. And they're so tiny, like, oh my gosh. I saw some of them before she sent them, and they were so tiny, but like seeing it in person is really, really showing how tiny these are. Look how freaking small this cupcake is. I can't even get it to focus. Can you even see that? I wonder how she takes pictures of these. So, in case you didn't know, Nancy sells this stuff. I will link her shop below. Look at that cupcake. It's so tiny. Look at that. It's like a little cake slice, another little like fun little pastry. I told her that I just needed pastries to fill up, but this is insane. These are like amazing. I need to get some museum wax because I'm not gonna want to glue these down. I'm genuinely kind of shocked. She sent so many and they're all so good. And look at this little croissant. Oh yeah, you can't see anything. I just realized you can't see anything. These are so tiny. Look at all of these. Look at the little cakes. And oh, I was gonna show you the croissant again, but I've lost it among the pile. This is like an I Spy. Who can find the croissant? There it is. Look at these little bread, like this is like a little sourdough bowl. And there's like lots of little like cakey type pastries. And there's the bread rolls and the baguettes. I am genuinely shocked that she sent me so many and that they're so good. I don't even know what to say except for like, thank you, Nancy. Obviously I'm gonna send her a message too. This is nuts. This is nuts. And I'm going to fill up so much of the shelves with these. My only worry, because of how good these are, is that when I go to make some extras because obviously she sent me a lot, right? But the shelves are quite big. And so I'm gonna have to make some more to fill them up. I'm a little nervous that it'll be really obvious which ones I made and which ones she made because hers are so good that I'm really a little afraid mine are gonna look like crap. But that'll be for another video that I don't have to worry about right now. Look at that. There's like enough to fill up a whole cubby here. Although I think, oh wait, this is upside down. I think though I want to spread them out more, maybe do like, because I'm gonna have to get some museum wax or something because I don't really want to glue this stuff down. Oh my gosh. And this shelf was going to be for jams and jellies, but now I'm like, imagine a little row of cupcakes for sale, you know? Oh my gosh. And thing is, don't want to put anything inside this because you're not gonna be able to see them very well. And all these things are so amazing that I feel like you should see them. Although now I'm like, is there a way I could add lighting to this? So that way it lights up the inside so you can see what she made. That reminds me of like a Starbucks or like a bakery, which is what this is supposed to be. So if you had a bunch of these lined up in there, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But for now, all I can say is thank you to her. I feel like I need to get one of those. I need to make a little basket and have like baguettes and stuff sticking out of it. I don't know if you guys have that, but here in New England, in the bakery section, because there's like a lot of Italians where I live, the bread will be like in a basket like this in the grocery store, just sticking out. I'm wondering if I should do that. I don't know. I am quite happy, but now I need to figure out how I'm going to display all these and put them on the shelves. But that is future Kevin's problem. But again, thank you so much, Nancy. I'm so just flabbergasted by all of this. This was incredibly kind. And I will link her shop below. Definitely go check out her shop. That is everything for this week. I am just really happy with how this stuff turned out. I really like it. I hope Nancy will like it. I will go ahead and put all of her social media links below. All the ones, I don't think she's on YouTube, but I know that she's on TikTok and Instagram, so I'll put everything below, so if you want to check her out. She also has an Etsy store I'll link below where she sells some of the stuff that she makes. I actually put it in here, all the stuff that she made me. She literally just messaged me because I had to ask her for her address. All the stuff I put in here, I'm gonna be putting that in the bakery at some point, so if you're not subscribed, to make sure you are, so you can see me work on the bakery. But I'm gonna go ahead and put all of her stuff below. Her store link, her stuff is incredible. She sells it, so if you want to pick up anything from Nancy, you can. I believe she also maybe tables at Texas Miniature Show, or Society of American Miniaturists. I'll link below. She talks all about it on her social media, so really make sure you go check her out. And I just can't thank her enough, and I really hope she likes what I made her. You'll have to check out her social media to find out. That's it for this week. If you like me or you like miniatures, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!